dolls, welcome to another video. Whoop, whoop. Listen, I asked and you delivered. Okay, so over on Instagram and Facebook, if you're not following me there, it's Brown Sugar Doll. Follow me on all social media platforms. Everything is Brown Sugar Doll. So first things first, I asked you to ask me some questions. I said it could be about anything from fashion, relationships, beauty. I mean, the list goes on and on. Motherhood, all of the things. I said, ask me the questions and I will answer. So, ask you dolls the questions and y'all put y'all questions in the box, and oh my god, y'all sent some good stuff over. So I wanted to do a little something different with my question and answer, so I went through and kind of looked at the questions just a little bit. Ooh girl, so I had to put them in categories. So first things first, we're going to start with fashion because you know that's my fave. We're going to start with fashion and then we'll work our way on down. And then towards the end, we'll probably sit down and have girl chat with the question and answer. Because starting out with the fashion stuff, I want to be up, girl. I want to be up, moving and grooving. I will have my handy dandy phone with me through this whole video because this is where the questions are, okay? And so let's get started. First things first, I need you to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and don't forget to tell a friend what Brown Sugar Doll is over here doing. All right, first things first. As you see, we have the rack here. And so the first question, and like I said, I try to put all this stuff in categories. So work with me on this. First things, we said fashion. So the first question was 5 clothing essentials you can't go without. So this lady asked, she wanted to know 5 of my essential pieces that I just cannot go without. So I just pulled a few. It was hard to just do 5. I thought that was going to be pretty easy, but it was kind of hard to just pull 5 pieces that's just like, I got to have these type of pieces. Not this exact thing, but this type of piece in my closet. So first things first, we're going to start with a blazer. I have to have a blazer in my closet because I always tell my girls, you could dress blazers up and down, right? I can wear some jeans with this and just a little tank top and some little cute little shoes and be rocking. Or I can dress this up. I can put a nice blouse under here, some wide leg dress pants, and that'll be a whole dressed up look. I mean, you could do so much with a blazer. So that's one of my essential pieces I have to have in my closet. The next thing, your girl have to have a white button-down shirt. Again, I always think about things that I can dress up and down because you just never know the occasion. And if you have a white button-up shirt, you could do this, like I said, with some jeans, or you could do this with some leggings. You could do this with dress pants, a skirt. You could do so much with a white button-down shirt. So I always tell my girls, make sure you have one in your closet. So that's one of my essential pieces I have to have in my closet. All right, then the next piece. If you know me, you know me. Your girl have to have a kimono in the closet. I mean, I love all colors, all designs, but you have, and not you, but me. If you hear me constantly say me, this is my essential. I'm not telling you you have to have this, but this is definitely something. And you could think about it and have it in your closet as well. But I have to have a kimono. I dress these up and down, girl, and I'm going to show y'all so many different ways really soon on how to style a kimono. But when I tell you I have to have this could be a dress. This can be just worn as a kimono. This can be worn as loungewear. This can be done so many different ways. And I just love kimonos. I love them because they cover up my backside when I want to wear my leggings. They cover me up when I want to have my swimsuit on. I just have so much fun in kimonos. So your girl have to have a kimono in my wardrobe. The next thing, I have to have a good pair of jeans in the wardrobe. I have to have a good pair. You could do so much with jeans, and you could just do so much. So I have to have a good pair of jeans in my wardrobe. And I love high-waisted jeans. Like everything that come over my belly and helps suck it in a little bit. You are my best friend, okay? If I have on some high-waisted jeans, just know I'm feeling myself, okay? I do not do any low-rise jeans. I love high-waisted or boyfriend jeans. The next thing I have to have in my wardrobe is leggings. Leggings and cat suits are all in the same family. I love a good black cat suit because it goes with everything, but definitely leggings. You could do so much with leggings, and I'll show you some different ways really soon. I'm thinking with these questions, they made me think of other videos that I could do. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do a video on how to wear your leggings. Yes, girl, but I got to have them in my wardrobe. All the time. And I got so many pair, girl. Oh, my God. I got a pair on right now. I just got so many pair. Next thing, and that was 5. So this next question kind of went with, essential pieces and stuff. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about them too. So this doll asks, what's my favorite wardrobe pieces? And so again, a kimono is one of my favorite wardrobe pieces. And if you know me, a hat. I'm a sucker for a bad hat. And I do have a hat and kimono business. It will be dropping soon. You'll see more about it. I've been doing it for a while, but I got some new pieces coming and we're just revamping some things. So I'll be relaunching it. But yeah, your girl, that's a little plug. But your girl loves a hat. A good hat in my collection. I have to have it. So when she asks what was my favorite pieces, definitely a kimono and a hat. Like, that's my favorite. And I love a good belt. And like this belt that I have on now, I like unique belts and stuff. And so I love a good belt in my wardrobe. And all the things that I got up here. Like, my fave, okay? Love this stuff. But I have to have it in my wardrobe. Let's go to the next. Let's see, you girls weren't playing with me, and I want to say thank you. You guys were not playing with these questions, and so I truly appreciate you taking out the time to ask me questions and for you to just really trust my judgment on things. So I truly appreciate that. The next question was, what is your favorite color combo? So my favorite color combo, like, if it's black goes with everything. But lately I've been wearing a lot of greens and purples and reds. So I've been adding those in my little colors wheel. I've been enjoying those colors, but I love to compare things. Like, if I wear red, I like red and purple together. If I wear, let me see. If I wear black, I like to add, and this is not a color, but I look at it like a color, leopard. I love leopard with it. So, and then I like to do things all together, like an all green look, an all red look. Like, I love things like that, but I really like to play with colors, like with the red and the purples and so that's what I like. But if you really ask me, I'm a black girl, and it goes with everything, right? I love all black. It's just so crisp, so clean, and just so classic. I just love a good black look. So, all right, so let's see. Let me see what's the next one? What tips would you give to someone trying to find their own style? That's a really, really great question. So, me personally, it took me a little minute to really get into my style because my style has changed over the years, but I've always kind of stuck with a few things. So if you know me, I've always had some type of cover up on, and not because I was hiding my body, but I just love the way layering look. So what I would say, and some tips, is to look at some of your favorite celebrities. Look at them. See what they're wearing. Who really, like, when you see them, you're like, oh my God, I like what she has on. Pin those things. Get you a Pinterest. Pin the looks that you like. And then over time, you'll start seeing, man, I keep picking a lot of denim stuff, or I keep picking a lot of blacks, or I pick a lot of off the shoulder shirts. And, you'll kind of start seeing the things that you just pick and say, oh, I like that. Let me pin that. I like that. Let me pin that. And when you get done, you'll kind of see your style flows. You know what I'm saying? But my style has changed over the years, but I've always noticed I love kimonos, and that's my style. And I love hats, and I just love things on my head and like adding pieces to classic looks. So that's my style, and I picked that, and I know that that's my style because that's what I gravitate to all the time. So yeah, I would say just a tip is to get over on Pinterest and start just going through styles and looking up what, your favorite celebrity, and just start pinning it. And over time, you'll really see what your style is. I hope that helped. All right, so that is all the fashion questions. And now we're going to go into the beauty and makeup session. And this session here, just by looking at these questions, I'll be popping up some pictures of the items that I'm talking about, because I would have had to go through all my makeup to pull this stuff out. And girl, that could be an all day thing. All right. And your girl don't be want to hold you all day. So let's get started. How can I get my foundation to stay? She says, I use setting spray, but it's still, when I touch it, it still comes off on my hands. Okay. So what I would say with that is pretty much, if you're using a setting spray, I always have like a little combo with a liquid foundation and either a matte powder or a loose powder. I always go on top of my makeup. Like if I use a liquid, I always go on top with a powder, some powder to kind of set it in. And so what I would do is get some good, really, really good primer. Get you some really good primer that holds, if you're an oily person, because it kind of sounds to me as if you might have oily skin. So if you're oily skin, it kind of, rubs over time. I would say try some matte foundation and try some type of matte powder. And then I make a little concoction. It's called the tailored sauce. Another little plug. Y'all know your girl is all about all the beauty things. And I make it. So your question. If you want me to make you some of that tailored sauce, I will definitely make you some and send it to you so that you could try that out, because I put that on before I put my foundation and all that good stuff on. And it helps. It sticks and stays to my face. So if you really need that, girl, your girl will whip you some up in the kitchen too. Okay. So yeah, that's what I do. But I would definitely say get you some matte. Try to get some of that matte foundation, and you can go to Sephora and ask them for matte foundations, and you could test different ones out and see which one works well for your skin. That's one of my favorite things to do. I used to work for Sephora. All right. So the next question is, what is your go-to makeup routine? All right, girls. So my go-to makeup routine is this, and I'll pop the stuff here. I start off with my brows. That's my favorite thing to do because I feel like it starts and shapes your face. So I start out with my brows. I use a dark brown pencil. You can use any kind of dark brown pencil. You can grab some at the beauty supply, or you can get some at Sephora. I'll pop one of my favorites here. Then after I do my brows, I go in and I do I don't really wear a lot of eyeshadow. So what I do is I use whatever I'm using for my contouring. I use that brown in my crease and over my eyelid. I use that brown, and that's what I normally use. And then I put a little concealer under the brow. You know how you shape your brows up. And that's it. That's what I normally do for my eyes. Then for my eyes, I go with my face. So I add my tailored sauce. Then for my tailored sauce, I do my foundation. Then I do my contouring. And then, so foundations, you might ask, what type of foundations I wear? I wear a little bit of everything, but I'm going to pop here a few of my favorites. And then I use a concealer. I go under my eye, I do the bridge of my nose, sometimes my forehead area. It just depends on what I'm doing and what type of event I'm going to. If I want to be beat, or if I just want a quick look. So I put my concealer and I pop some concealer here, my favorite. Then I contour my face. I go in with my contour kit and I'll show you the contour here. And then from contouring, I go with the either loose powder or a pressed powder. You can get Max pressed powder, and I normally use that, and I'll buff out all, make sure everything is blended together. Then I go in with a highlighter, and I'll pop a highlighter here for you. And then at the end, the last two things that I do before I'm done, last two is I do my lashes. I pop my lashes on and I'll pop a picture of lashes. Then what else did I do? I lined under my eye with my lashes. Then I do my lips. Lips is the last thing that I really do because I like to get dressed first, then do my lips. I'm just that girl. I don't want my lipstick or lip gloss to rub off on any of my clothes items. So I do my lips last and spray, and I'm out the door. So like I said, I'll pop a few of the things that I love to use here, and I hope they help you. And I also do one-on-one makeup classes. You don't have to be in the same city as me. You could call me, girl. We could set up some time, or you could DM me. We could set up you a time slot, and we could do a FaceTime or a Zoom call, and I can walk you through everything that I just discussed. I can walk you through how to do it one-on-one, okay? So if you're interested in it, let me know. I got you. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Girl, y'all weren't playing with me. Y'all were not playing with me. Let's see. And that was all the makeup questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're about to get into these categories. And it is about me, some things about me, relationship questions, motherhood questions, and business. I'll be right back. I'll do a reset of this area so I can sit down with my wine and let's chit chat. Let's talk about these questions, because girl, when I say they juicy, they juicy. So go grab your favorite beverage real quick. Pause me, go grab your favorite beverage, because I'll be right back. Told you I'll be right back. All right, did you grab your favorite beverage? Because I did. We're just doing a little red wine today. Ooh. And so we'll get started. We're starting first with about me questions. All right. So the first question is, what are some things you love to do to keep your confidence high? That's a really good question. What I love to do to keep my confidence high is I love to spend time with myself. I love doing things by myself sometimes because, again, as women, I know we change a lot. Things that we're used to doing, we might not like doing them anymore. And things, might play around with our confidence, like after having a baby. I always pour into myself. So if I'm doing my makeup, I'm like, girl, you are beautiful. I tell myself those things. I tell myself how beautiful I am, how good of a person I am. I build myself up. I give myself some of the best compliments because it's so easy to tear yourself down. I love to build other people's confidence up. So if I love building y'all confidence up, I got to do it for myself. And so I'm always rooting myself on, and just small things that I do. I'm like, oh, I really like the way you do that. Like, that was so brilliant. Or that was so, you're just so smart. Like, I just always give myself compliments without anybody else even knowing. I'm like giving myself a compliment. Like, girl, you got up, you made your bed today. That's a compliment. Like, girl, you did that. you got your daughter off to school. You are just, you doing your thing. Oh, I love, love, love your outfit. Like, I talk to myself like I talk to other people. And so that just builds my confidence up. Again, I like to spend time with myself. I love just doing things that I love, and it builds up my confidence. Playing in my clothes builds my confidence up because I'm able to play and enjoy what I have. And so those are just a few things that I like to do. Speak to myself, talk to myself in the mirror. I talk to myself and just build my confidence from there. So it starts with you first. It's about what you think. Thoughts become things. That's one of my favorite sayings. So if I think good about myself, then it becomes, and you can see it and you know it. So that's one thing that I do. Hopefully that helps, y'all. The next question is, and I didn't know what category to put this, so I just put it in my About Me category. Have you thought about making cooking videos? I love your IG stories. I love your IG food stories. All right, so if you're not following me again, over on IG is Brown Sugar Doll. Follow me over there. I normally put up just different things that I cook for me and my family. And so I do that to encourage someone else, because sometimes I just don't know what to cook. And I can ask my husband, and I never want to ask my daughter because she gonna want the same little bitty things. So I sometimes we just cannot come up with stuff. So I put it over on my stories to encourage other people on, different ideas to cook. So I do enjoy doing that. I have not thought about putting that over here on YouTube, but that's a good idea. I'll probably just throw it in and see if people like it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in a process of just always doing different things to see what you guys like from me. And I love that feedback. So if you guys put stuff in the comments and say, girl, I would love to see you do this or that, it helps me to come up with things to show you guys and things to do over here on YouTube. And really, I want to be doing things that y'all enjoy. So if you're saying you're enjoying the cooking stories and stuff, yeah, I might put it over here on YouTube and see if the people like it. But yeah, I don't call myself a chef, but I like to cook, and I like to just, that's a little bit of my love language. I like to cook and like get the reactions of my husband, see if he like it. And he pretty much loves everything that I cook. If you ask him, I'm pretty sure he'd say yeah. All right, so thank you so much. I'll add that. The next thing we're going to get into is motherhood questions. Our motherhood question is, someone asks, how to be a good mommy. I'm a new mommy and need help. Listen, when I tell you it's not a book to motherhood, it is not a book. But what I have done before I had my daughter, I always ask questions, and I still ask questions to this day to my friends that I watch. I watch my friends. They might not know it, but in my family, the close people around me, I watch them in the way that they interact with their kids and the things that they do, and just small things that they do. I really watch, and I take it and I put it in my back pocket. I do that all the time. Sometimes people don't even know I'm paying attention to them as a mother, so that I can learn to be a good mom. Know that we're going to make mistakes as moms. We're going to make mistakes, and you have to give yourself grace. And what I've been doing is, if I do something, like one of my things was, I didn't want to be a yeller at my daughter. I don't want to yell all the time. I do know I might have to raise my voice sometimes to get her attention and let her know that I'm serious about what I'm saying. But I really didn't want to be a yeller. Always yelling and telling her that, I want to communicate to her the way that I want to be communicated to. And so even when I make mistakes and I yell, not to say that's a mistake, but when I do that, I always come back and I say, okay, this is why you upset mommy. I asked you to do this. You've done this several times. You're not listening. And so I really pride myself in doing that. Like, I really want to talk her through it. She's at an age now that she really can understand what I'm saying. And so I really talk her through things. And so that's a tip that I will tell you. You're a new mommy. I know you probably have a newborn maybe. If so, love on that baby. but teach that baby everything that you can. And I feel like that's being a good mom, by teaching and loving and showing them the way. So that's what I do. I don't pride myself on being the best mom in the world, but I try my best to be that, right? I don't be around like, I know I'm better than, no, 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 no. I need help. Your girl need help. And I'm always asking. If you're a friend of mine, you know I'm going to ask questions, and I watch you guys, and I appreciate the people that have paved the way before me. I even salute my mom on some things that I'm like, ain't no way in the world I could have did that with a house full of girls. It's just nowhere in the world. So again, just give yourself grace, give your baby grace, and just do it together. That's my tip. That was a really good question. So that was the only motherhood question that I got. The next one, we're going to go over into business. You might not know, but I do have a couple of businesses. And so I don't pride myself on knowing everything. I'm always asking still. I am a student of everything, okay? So, but this first question is, how did you start your business? I just started. I know that sounds cliche. I just started. I just did it. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I write my stuff down. I write the vision and I make it plain. That is when I say, if I ain't get nothing else out the word, write the vision and make it plain. I wrote my vision out. I wrote out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, and I just made it happen. It's no real store lineup of, oh, I had $500 and started. No, my business was a self-starting business. I started my business on serving, so I did makeup, hair, wardrobe, and all that. So I didn't really start with a whole lot of money. I started with what I had and just started. I did a lot of things free at the beginning, if that helps. I did a lot of things free. People need to see your work. And so I did stuff free, took pictures, and just promoted myself. And so I started there and just kept going. And I told everybody about it. Every time I meet someone, I'm telling them about my business, just because that's just who I am. That's what I do. I network. I tell people. So I started by telling people what I was doing, what I enjoy doing, and it went from there. One person loved it and it went on. So I started with the makeup. Yeah. No. I started with hair. And then people was like complimenting my makeup. Then I started doing makeup, and one bride told another bride, told another bride. And so I started doing weddings first, and then I went from there. So I always say, just start, just do it. Okay? Just do it. Whatever that business is. Okay, so the next question is, how much do I need to start my business, my makeup business? Like I said in the previous question, I didn't really have a budget to say, here's $500. I'm going to start with this $500. I just work with the things that I already had with my business. But if you're saying makeup, I don't know if you're going to be doing makeup or if you're going to be selling makeup. If you're doing makeup, use what you got. Go and build you a kit. I built my kit over time. I learned the hard way. And I'll give you a little story really, really quick. I learned the hard way. I started out doing makeup, and then I did this big production gig, and I didn't have everything that I needed in my kit. I felt really bad because I'm like, dang, I don't have all the colors. I don't have this. I don't have that. And so what I did was I ended up working at a beauty, at Sephora. I worked there. I built my kit at Sephora. I had stuff and I've been doing makeup before then, but I really built my kit at Sephora. I got a lot of free items there because that's a part of their grad. They give you things to test out and try. So I did that. So I built my kit off of working at Sephora. So I say, hey, if you don't have it all, go work at one of these makeup counters. You'll get discounts. You'll have, like I said, you'll get discounts, you'll get free items, and just start building your kit from there. It might, if you got some money, I say the best time to really start up, and you got a little money in your pockets from tax season. Some people still get taxes. So grab your money from taxes and invest in your kit, if that's what you do. If you're talking about starting makeup, like physical makeup, find some good, find vendors and find manufacturers. I mean, you just got to do your research. Google will be your best friend if that's what you're thinking about doing. Like if you're starting makeup, because I have a lipstick line, and I started just researching. I went on Google and went from there. So hopefully that helped. But if you're starting to just do makeup, go work for one of these counters, girl. Go work for Sephora. Go work for Ulta or MAC, or MAC or something like that, and that'll really help you. All right. So the next question is, how did you start working for the movies? Great question. I love that, because that means you pay attention to what I'm doing, girl. Thank you. Well, word of mouth. I wrote the vision. I said one of my New Year, and I don't do New Year resolution goals. And when I used to really make a lot of not the really scrap, but the vision board, I would write, like, I would put on there that I wanted to do makeup for movie sets and all of that good stuff, fashion shows and all that. So I wrote, first I started, put it on that vision board. From the vision board, went to networking. I went to a lot of networking events. Excuse me. I went to a lot of networking events. I communicated with people about what I did. Word of mouth was my best friend. Word of mouth. And then executing. So I worked for a TV show. The producers of the TV show watched me work for this one particular show. They watched me, they loved my work, and then they asked if I could come work with them. So do good work. Just do good work, and it will speak for itself. So that's what I did. Word of mouth, giving good work, doing my job, staying out of the way, got me into the movies. So I love it. This is what I do. I love working for the production companies. I love meeting different actors and actresses. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's my favorite thing. And so, yeah, write the vision, make it plain, boo. All right, so that's all of the questions with business. Now we're getting to relationship. Ooh, child. Y'all did not play with me with this relationship stuff. Ooh. Take a sip. Take a little sip. Cause girl, ooh, I've been talking. All right, so relationship. We starting with this first question. Can you mentor me with my relationship? I would love to be a great wife. I need some tips on how to be a wife. All right, girl. First things first. Me and my husband, we mentor couples with marriage, before marriage, and during marriage. We do mentor. First thing is, I want to make sure I'm answering this question. You want to be a good wife and you want some tips. One of my tips I always tell wives is, don't sweat the small stuff. This is a tip that you take with you, okay? It might be little things that your husband might do that might just irritate the crap out of you. But don't sweat the small stuff, okay? Communicate. Talk about it. Babe, I don't like when you leave the toilet seat up. But don't sweat the small stuff. Honey, he'll get it over time. He will get it over time. Let me see what else. Again, communicate. But if you are the part, whoever wrote this question, DM me again and say, hey, this is me with this question about the relationship, you mentoring. DM me, and I would love to like kind of dive in more of what you need. I don't want to talk all around the circles here because I don't know what all you need, but a tip on being a wife is to, for real, don't sweat the small stuff. Love on him where he's at, and y'all grow together. And because he's going to have to do the same thing with you. It's going to be things that you don't like. It's going to be things he don't like. So I say, inbox me and let me know who you are and what all you need from me, and I can set up some stuff with me. And if you're in a relationship, I can set up time for you and your spouse, or you and your fiance, or whatever you guys are. I'm not really sure, but inbox me and I would love to help. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. The next one is, how do you deal with a controlling mother-in-law? Ooh, child. All right, so if you know me, I have two mother-in-laws. God bless me with two of them ladies, two of them beautiful ladies. And so we were very young when we got married. So saying that, the mothers, I know our mothers were probably more with us because we were so young. So the way I would say to deal with your mother-in-law is to love her, okay? Just love on your mother-in-law. Love on your mother-in-law. Love on your mother-in-law. Whatever that looks like. Find out what her love language is. Love her there. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Sometimes mom can be a little overbearing. But what I say is, we cling to our spouses. We leave our mothers and we cleave to our spouses. And our mamas know that. They know we just don't play that in our relationship. But communicate. Set boundaries. If your boundaries is, mama, I don't like you just popping up in my house anytime you get ready, set those boundaries. Communicate with your mother-in-law, but do it in love, okay? Because that's your mother-in-law. That's your spouse mama. So you gotta definitely, I just talked to somebody not too long about this, but you gotta love them. You gotta love them where they are and show respect. And if it's some turmoil there with the controlling part, go talk to your spouse and let them deal with their mama. Okay? I always say, just deal with them in love, and I promise you it'll work out. That's a great question. I hope that helped, okay? All right, so the next thing, or the next question is, do you feel it's okay for your mate or husband to have female friends? That's a good question too. In my relationship, I've been with my husband all my life. All my life. So pretty much all of our friends are friends that we probably had. If he don't have any women friends. He really don't. And if he do, it's because of me. But me, on the other end, I have male friends. And that would probably be a great question with Better Have Love. I'm plugging it. That's me and my husband's business together. We are relaunching our podcast really soon. So keep your eyes and ears out for that. So that'll be a good question. Some of these questions will be great over on Better Have Love. But I'll save these and take them over there because I would love to hear my husband's, I would love to hear what he has to say. But what I would say is, girl, go back to it. I have male friends. I introduced my husband to my male friends. Most of my male friends became friends at jobs because we worked together hand in hand. And I always had a male co-worker that I had to work with. And so they become friends and they become family. Most of my friends, male friends, have became family. And so they'll come around my husband. I don't do a lot of talking on the phone with them. We talk every now and then on the phone. We might link up and, have a cookout or something like that. But my friends, I set boundaries with all my guy friends. They know I don't play them games. I just don't play it. And so they know my husband, they know our standards. And so if you or your husband, you're asking if it's okay for your husband, it's up to y'all relationship. It's up to you guys. If your husband trusts you with other men, or vice versa, if you trust your husband around other women, long as it's respectful, I don't think it's a problem. That's just me. But I do know some men be wanting to be your friend and slide through and be your little side piece when the hubby that made you mad. So you got to be careful with that. But set your boundaries, and go from there. But if anybody made me feel any kind of way, baby, I'm going to let my husband know, and I'm going to let them know, don't play with me. And if you play with me like that, you out the door. That's just me, though. So I say it's up to your relationship. But me personally, I don't have a problem with it. All right, y'all. This one here is a little long. So let's, I'm going to try to read it slow because sometimes I read it too fast. So I'm going to try to read this slow and let you come with it. All right. This one says, been married for 7 years. My husband casually conversates and asks me how I feel about a threesome. I told him, I guess she was saying casually, he asks in conversation how she feels about threesomes. I told him briefly that I was not into sharing. So lately, he's been mentioning it even more. So much until I feel like he's pressuring me. I love my husband, but my morals will not allow me to share him with another lady. What do you think about threesomes and or open marriages? Child, you gonna have me on my wine for real today. Honey, these are questions. I'm gonna need all these questions when we relaunch Better Have Love, because I would love to ask these questions with my husband. But I'm gonna try to answer it the best way that I can as a woman. Heck no! I'm not sharing my husband. I'm with you. No, I'm not doing it. First of all, in my mind, I'm like, am I not enough? This will be my question to my husband. Am I not enough? Baby, I can switch it up. I can change my hair. I can put on some other things. I could be whatever you thinking about and to the mix. I can be that all in one. Okay? I'm not opening up. That's just me. I don't believe in sharing my bedroom with nobody but me and my man. I don't even like sharing my bedroom with my daughter, okay? Don't come up in here. This is my personal space with my man. But girl, woo, child, if it was me and hubby will have to have a real good conversation, and he'll have to understand why my no is my no. But if you down for that, that's your business. I'm not judging. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not. This is a no judgment zone over here. But me? Heck no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't know how you want me to answer this question, girl, because this is a real deal conversation that we'll have over with Better Have Love, okay? We're going to keep plugging Better Have Love. We're going to have a conversation about this. Because me personally, I ain't playing them games. I don't want to share what's mine is mine, okay? And I don't want to share it. But you probably need to go a little deeper with your man and figure out what's going on. Y'all need to spice some other things up with just y'all two. Or, girl, if you ain't with it, you ain't with it. We're going to go to the next question because I really want to save some of these questions for over on Better Have Love, because girl, y'all was giving it to me. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Hopefully that helped, but I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. But I'll be somebody else if you want me to be. Look. Okay, next question. How would you handle this? My husband was married before me and had children before me with his first wife. On holidays, his kids come over with us, and often their mother prepares their food and sends it with them. This one particular time, the ex-wife made a plate of desserts for my husband and told the kids to give it to him. I know my husband loves my cooking. So should I say something or not? I just let him, hold on, let me see. I just let him come and receive the food. Hold on. I just let him receive the food, even though, okay, I just let him receive the food, even though I really have concerns and feel away. Okay. Hopefully I got that out, and hopefully y'all understand what I was saying. Ooh, child. So the ex-wife prepares food and send it over to your house for her kids. Okay, that's first. Then she fixed plates, dessert plates for your husband, which is her ex-husband. But you know your husband loves your cooking. But you let that man get that dessert plate anyways, even though you feel away. Okay, so I just rounded that up. First things first. Don't bring no other food over here. If you don't trust my cooking, ma'am, keep your kids at home. I know I'm wrong for that. But no, unless they have a special diet, let me know and I will prepare it at this house. You know, don't send stuff from your house over here. Because, again, your kids get sick. At least when I make it and I know what I done gave. I know what I done gave. You sending stuff over here. Some about that just don't even sit well with my spirit. No, ma'am. And now I'm very particular about my child. Okay? I am very particular. So I do understand it's certain things that my child would eat and don't eat. But I will communicate that with her father. I would say, hey, if I was in these shoes, hey, these are the things that blah, blah, blah likes to eat. She does not like these things, so please don't give them. This is the brand that she really loves. I'll send pictures because I'm just extra like this. So I get a mom being concerned and one, but I don't know. I kind of feel like she playing a little bit. This ex-wife kind of playing in your face a little bit. That's just what I feel. And ma'am, don't fix my husband nothing. I don't care if you make the best desserts in the world. Don't fix nothing. Don't send it over here. He wouldn't have got that plate. He wouldn't have ate it. He wouldn't have got it. I don't care if that was his favorite meal or favorite dessert she'd have made. No, ma'am. No, Pam. No. Don't bring that. No. I'm not playing them games. See, people be doing weird stuff with foods and stuff like that. No, we're just not doing it. If you are concerned about something, talk to your man about it. Whatever, Susanna, I'm just naming a name. Then fix this dessert plate for you, and you know I'm not playing it. It's going in the trash. I hope you know that. Like, that's the type of person I am. Ain't no way in the world. And if he ate it, I'd be looking at him sideways. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, again, no. If y'all coming over here for yes answers, oh, I'm sorry. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Keep your food at home. Let me know what your kids like to eat. And I will definitely prepare that. If you have recipes that you like, you can send them too, because I don't mind. But no, thank you. Don't send no food over here to my house. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. But girl, I'm like, no. All right, so then the next one. This is the last question. Last question. I have a 16-year-old girl that just started talking to boys and have a boyfriend, and that they have started going on dates, movies, etc. We have talked about sex, and she has promised me that she would let me know when she's ready for that. Do I trust what she say, or do I go ahead and put her on birth control? Ooh. Okay, so I was a mentor, a high school mentor. Y'all probably like, this dang girl do everything or did everything. What I was. And I still mentor high school girls to this day. But I mentor high school girls, and I was a high schooler. I lost my virginity at a certain age. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. But it was high school age. And so, not that I didn't feel comfortable. Excuse me, that wine got me burping a little bit. Not that I didn't feel comfortable with talking to my mom about sex, I did feel comfortable to a certain extent, but my mom didn't put me on birth control. And I can only talk about me. Me as a mom, I probably wouldn't put my daughter on birth control unless that was something that me, her, and her father discussed together. Because birth control can be real finicky. I was on it for a while and it kind of messed me up in some ways. So I would definitely go deep and have real deep conversations and show my child different things and talk about the different things that might happen if you have sex and when you have sex before marriage, and how, I would go deep with that conversation about sex, to where after I done went deep, you might be scared to have sex after I talk to you. But that's what I would do. I just talk to my child. But yeah, there will be a decision that me, her, and her father would make together. But right off, I would not throw my child on birth control. I just wouldn't. I would definitely talk about the precaution things without having sex. Like what happened if you do blase, 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 blah. I would talk about it. I would not try to scare my child away from it, because sex is natural, but I really want you to wait on that, because sex can just complicate things and have you all over the place. Like, I would just be so real with my 16-year-old to where she's like, I don't know if I really want to be having those sex the way my mama's talking. But I wouldn't scare her off from talking to me about it either. It would be a very open conversation. I have a 3-year-old, so I got a little time for that. But me personally, I would really just take time out and just go to the doctor and talk to the doctor about different things, and about, if she got on birth control at this age, what are the effects? It'll be a real teaching moment. But I don't want my child to be afraid to talk to me about when they're ready for that, when she's ready for that. But yeah, me personally, I wouldn't just throw her on birth control without knowing, and just be like, I'm finna just put your tail on birth control and you won't even know, or I don't want to play those games. And then I would definitely get biblical with her and talk about the biblical way of things. But yeah, I probably wouldn't put my child on birth control at 16. Just me. But all parents parent different. So I say you have that conversation with, and if you and her father are, in good, if y'all together, or if y'all co-parenting, I will have that conversation with my father, and then I will also have that conversation with a doctor beforehand. That's just my advice. But that is all of the questions. I truly appreciate you guys leaving your questions. I hope I answered them to the best of my ability. I hope you got something out of it. I hope this was fun for you. I hope you had a good time. This was fun for me to sit down and just kind of talk about all the things that y'all wanted to talk about. That was super fun. And I appreciate it. I mean, these questions got a little deep, and I like that. So I feel like you guys are trusting me, and I truly appreciate that. We will be back with another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that thumbs up, baby, and leave me a comment. I want to hear what y'all thought about this video. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend what Brown Sugar Doll is over here doing. I will talk to you dolls in the next video. Follow me over on Instagram and Facebook. You don't want to miss my stories. Talk to y'all later. Bye.